Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm going to do a disassembly, and we'll do a skiff swap on the Divo Knives Saloon prototype. Shout out to Level On Up. I believe he was the person who came up with that name for us, so we appreciate that. Yeah, it is a sick looking knife in my opinion, and I think we will do a program where whoever decides the name, or whoever recommends the name that we choose, or maybe we come up with the name, but if it's somebody in the community that comes up with it, we will give them one of these knives when they come out. So Level On Up, I'm pretty sure it was you. You can confirm down below, but when these release, just hit me up and we'll get you one of your choice, okay? So thank you for that. Let me grab a drink. All right, let's get into it. I spent about 30 minutes talking about this knife in a video showing the versions. So if you want to check that out, go check out that video. That'll give you the breakdown of the design, our thought process, etc. So I don't want to rehash all of that here. This one is the Zircuti version with a black wash blade. Prototype is D2, but production will be S90V, most likely from Kubi. So let's take her apart, or try. It should be just an inset lock bar. We can take a look at all the pieces. Might need to loosen a screw to get this off. Could just leave it on, but whatever. So 5mm 1/16 bearings as usual for us. See if I can get the clip to just come right out. Yep. And then we can look at all the pieces. You know what? I'll do a little thumbnail shot while we're here, right? Take that out. Really don't need to go crazy, but... So look at that. You just have a lock bar inset in there. And there's a little tab that holds it in. And then that's it. Dash it. And I really like a design like this. Keeps it lightweight, or in this case, as lightweight as possible, considering there's Zircuti on it and everything. It's not going to be, stupid light. But the other versions, I can tell you, are 3 pounds. 3 pounds. 3 ounces for the other versions that have camo carbon inlays, like this one. 3 ounces. And I have confirmed with Kubi that this is Zircuti. So I wasn't sure if it was Zircuti or Timascus, but it is Zircuti, and I'll tell you the difference. So there we go. Oh, bearings. All right. So I mostly do this to get a thumbnail shot, but it's kind of cool for you guys to see it too. Pardon my camera here. I'm just going to try to... There's a piece of something there. Cork. Trying to get a good angle on that Zircuti. Okay, that's enough. So basically, what Zircuti is titanium Damascus, which is a, you know what Damascus is with steel, where they take multiple different steels and they meld them together, and it creates all these cool sort of seams and everything of different steels. And then when you acid wash it or whatever, it shows the colors it shows that the different steels will show up in different colors. It's really cool. With titanium, you can do the same thing. You can meld multiple titaniums together, like layers of titanium essentially. And then when you anodize it or you heat it, all those layers will be slightly different colors, or you'll see the seams and stuff show up. And it's really cool. Well, you can also add zirconium to that mix. So you can mix titanium and zirconium together, different layers of tie and then a little bit of zirconium. And that creates zircuti. And with zircuti, you'll usually see some grays or blacks in there, along with the blues and purples and stuff like that, and golds. And you can see a little bit of the blacks here, and along the lines, there's some blacks, where this, grab something I have here. This is just this is just Damascus, because it's just titanium layers, anodized, different colors, I guess, or whatever. So you don't see any of those sort of black lines or black splotches, right? That's what makes it zircuti. So just want to put that out there. But it was hard for me to tell, and I wanted to be sure before I told you guys what it was. But it is zircuti. So shout out to Kubi. I don't have a price on this version. I haven't even gotten pricing on this knife yet, I don't think. Obviously, with most of our premium Kubi stuff, it's usually going to end up around $199 to start. And we'll have to check what all the zircuti adds. You know, it might add $100 for us. So it's possible if this is $299, it might be like $350, or I don't know. I have to figure it out. Sorry, if it's $199 retail for the knife, normally, all the zircuti might make it, you know, $350. It just depends on what it costs us. But I don't think it's going to be like $600 like you see sometimes. But we'll get more information on that as the actual release comes up, because it's going to be a little while. We have to sell some knives so we can afford this. So I have no idea when this is going to get ordered. It might be, you know, late summer, early fall, assuming things go well on the drops we have coming up. If they don't go well, it might never happen, you know? You never know. So, but anyway, we have some really cool milling in here. I really like how that looks. And you have that milling and an inlay. So you're relieving weight there and then here as well. On the ones with camo carbon, it really lightens it up because, you know, you have milling and a light inlay. Here you're adding a even heavier material in there, you know. So it's not lighter, and then we have milling here as well to lighten it up, and then you just have that inset lock bar. So the pivot will go through this side here with the notch in there. And let me just clean it up, make sure everything's all good to go. We could even clean internally there. Let me grab this. Just put the alcohol-laden cloth over top. Get a little bit of schmutz out of there. And then drop it in. Then you just want to line up the DK. And it pops in there and clicks in place, basically. All right. And then we can clean the pivot screw so it's ready to go when I'm ready to get it all back together. with these coated screws, usually, there's a good bit that comes off. It's Loctite and coating residue from when they did that. Looks like there's something on the screw here. Is that just schmutz? Yes. Okay. Cool. Good to go. All right. So we will need skiffs. I'm going to just leave the washers facing that way because they haven't really been worn in at all. How many more of those do I have? Still have a few. Okay. Usually if I flip the knife a bunch or something, I'll flip the washers over, but I don't need to do that here. Grab this. These are from the mini growler prototype I swapped out in another video you might have already seen, not sure. I have a decent bag going here, so anybody out there who is in need of random bearings, and maybe you're a maker or modder or something, you can always hit me up. I can send you this bag of bearings. Usually somebody asks for it. All right. Okay, let's get on with it, right? Grab our oils there, and then I have my thread locker, so to speak. I didn't need them, but if you need to determine your bearing size or you have a spinning barrel situation, I highly recommend Skiff workshop for these items as well as the bearings. You can obviously get Skiff bearings and everything on their website. The link is down below, and you can use code LeftyEDC and you'll get 10% off your order. So this is the bearing test fit card, so you can figure out the bearing size. Basically, you put it on the pivot. So we have 5mm, and then you take the bearing and you put it through to find the ball size, 1/16. So these bearings are 5mm, 1/16. So this thing is very handy, made out of aluminum. And then you have this guy that you can hold a knife while you're taking it apart, so you can kind of pin it like this with one hand, and then you can use the other driver with the other hand to loosen a screw or pivot, and not worry about slipping and stripping and scratching. So those are really useful tools I recommend. All right, let's get this guy back in. I guess it goes in like this. Yeah. So we just need to wiggle that on to the barrels. There we go. So I got the pivot in. All right, let's get to work. So we want KPL heavy for the detent track. I don't know if I went into the hole. That's what she said. So let me just make sure of that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, no. Just the tip there. All right. Was that 2? That's what she said. It's right in a row there. Just the tip. All right. A little bit of KPL heavy. Then we want original for the bearings. Okay. Stop pin right here is external, just so you know. Sometimes we do internal ones. We tend to like those, but Kubi doesn't tend to like those, so they usually switch our design over to an external one. Same with the detent hole. We designed this with a pass-through detent hole, and I guess they switched it to not a pass-through detent hole. So sometimes, you know, you get that with OEMs where they have certain manufacturing preferences or even requirements depending on, you know, how they do things. Let me just take this alcohol cloth here. Ooh, you see that inlay? Is that popping up? Can I knock that out? Oh, that looks way better. Is it glued or not? Should be glued at the top, but I guess they don't glue it at the bottom. Maybe they don't glue it at the bottom because they know the clip will hold it in. They don't want to accidentally get glue into the slots there. I don't know. It's interesting though. But obviously, look at the design. It can't really be only held in by this because it needs to be held in up here too. And that's nice and flush up there. Wow, that Zircotite really cleaned up for me. I don't know how it looks to you guys before and after, but oh, what was that? That was weird. Oh, this side. Wait. Yeah, they both. That scared me. They tighten down. So this is a situation where I actually do need this. So I can take the finger bit, put it in this side. Oh, let me get it in there. That's what she said again. Okay, there we go. I like to get it in a comfortable position. And then put one in here. There we go. Now they're both tight. That click was the screw on the other side popping into the barrel, I guess. So we are centered. No lash or anything. Everything looks right. Everything looks good. I actually didn't check this one. Those both feel tight. Also what she said. Let me clean up this side. See how that brightens up. Yeah, it seems to look a lot better once you hit it with the alcohol, I think. But could just be me. No wiggle on the clip, no tap. Fires out. So I got a little bit of play. Oh yeah, tighten that down. Still looks good, maybe ever so slightly over to this side. Hard to tell though, because I think it's just a mental thing because of the clip. There's this, then the clip all over on this side, and this side just has that scale, so it makes it look like my mind plays tricks on me a little bit, but it looks dead centered when you look down where the spine is, if that makes sense. No play, no rock. Still drops really nicely. So let me just test that again. A little bit tight there. Just need to be careful. No play. And then it drops. Okay. Now those bearings are going to break in, so there's that too. But let me just clean everything up one more time. Sorry, this is kind of the mundane part, but makes it so I don't have to ever do it again usually. The most I really have to do after I do this is clean the tang and occasionally add some oil to the detent ball or whatever. But I usually don't have to take the knife apart again. All right. So I use super glue as thread locker. You can, of course, use Loctite or nothing. Kubi actually does a really good job. We don't have a ton of issues with them loosening up, but I tend to play with my knives a lot. So keep doing that lately, and it's really annoying me. Ooh, I think I found a sweet spot. Yep. I think I found a sweet spot, folks. Dead centered. No lash. Great lockup. No play. But swings down. Oh, yeah. One thing I just noticed is sometimes Kubi does this. They leave like a burr or an edge or something right there. I don't love that. I wish that was all cleaned up. If I had noticed that a second ago, I would have just taken a file, sandpaper, anything when I had it apart, and I would have just knocked that portion off. And I just think it looks cleaner. It's not in an area where it's causing stick at all. It's literally smooth as glass. So it's fine, but it's also kind of an eyesore for me just because I'm very picky, but not worth messing with. No play. So I'm just going to let that cure, and then we're good. And I'm actually carrying this one today. I wanted to carry this one around. I have a little blacked out carry today. I also have this mini growler prototype. So this one's really fun as well, guys. Great prototype from Kubi. We love the growler, and can't wait to get some of these out here. I definitely prefer the mini. I just like smaller knives, so it's good to have. Anyway, there it is, guys. I love you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later. Peace.